This is a video about input data in a macro. So we're going to start by briefly recap the input tricks for a data set. So let's say that we're going to input values into this var, and we want to have the value of A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, each for one row in the data set. So we expect to have 8 rows. Each one is going to take the value of A and then B and C and D and so forth. So the variable is going to have a length of 10. So let's try that. So oops, that's not correct. So basically what it does is that it's going to take the first 10 characters and is going to put into the value and it's going to stop there. All right. So basically this part is going to stop there. So it is not right. And the problem is because it does not know that it should stop when there is a space there, right? So what we're going to do is that we're going to add a column here. So the function of the column is to tell SAS that, yes, you should read for the total length of 10 if there is no space. Well, if there is a space, then you should stop there. OK, so we're going to run this. And yes, it does stop after this A. But it stops, and it's not going to read the rest of that, right? So in that case, we're going to have an end at, which means that you should continue to read for the rest of the data until reaching the end of the line. OK, so we're going to run that again. At this time, it says, yes, I'm reading that, but I'm still going to stop there because you said you want to have a value for var A, and I've already assigned a value for var A, so the rest of that are ignored. So we will need to add a second A. Basically, it means that read this and then output and then read the rest and output, read the rest and output until you reach the end of the line. So we're going to do things like that. Now we have the correct input. All right, so this is a brief review of the input tricks. So the next is that we're going to try, does the cards or data lines work in a macro? So we're going to put that into a macro and try that. And unfortunately, it says no, because the cards or data lines do not work directly in macros. But sometimes you want it to work in a macro, right? So imagine that if we can use a parameter to represent the string that we want to use, and we want to apply that in a macro to input that into a data set. So, but we cannot do that directly. However, imagine that we have a txt file somewhere. So for example, in this folder, we have a txt file called the data, in which we have exactly the same string there. All right. So in that case, we can input in this file. We can have a nickname of this file. Then we can input data from that file. So this is going to work. All right. But we don't want to save the data in a physical txt file. So what can we do? OK, so what we can do is that we can create a temporary txt file in the work path. And let's give it the nickname of temp.txt. So what we're going to do is that we are going to write the data string into that temporary file. And then we're going to input data from that temporary file, and then clean up that that file name. So when we close the SAS session, so the anything in this temporary folder will be deleted. So that way, we can specify a string as and we can use the parameter to use to be used to input into a data.